Hello, and welcome. Like I was saying from last video, I want to redesign the crabs that I was drawing before, but until then I was just going to practice drawing more cars. Like I said before, drawing these is pretty good practice, at least I think, because they have so many rigid shapes and it's still something I'm interested in actually learning how to draw. So it's kind of like the best of both worlds. I get a lot of practice and I get to draw something I think is really cool. Seen a lot of sketches that people do of cars, and I'm always very impressed with how good their forms are and how they follow perspective really well. So hopefully, given enough time, I'll be able to reach that level. You'll see me outlining the vehicle with just the basic line tool and maybe some ellipses, trying to understand exactly like what angle the ellipse has to be for the wheel right here. And then also trying to estimate like the shape of the car. The front of this one's a little odd. It's like curved down, so doing it with straight lines is a little bit weird. And then yeah, tracing over it a little bit with the line tool as well, so that I can kind of just have a side-by-side comparison and look at what I messed up on. Actually, looking at this, I should do the perspective lines that I've seen other people doing. That way I can see like what point they all converge towards. So maybe I'll do that next time to double check my work as opposed to just like outlining the reference. All right, now I switched it up to a side view of this vehicle. There's not a whole lot to say here. I just tried to estimate the shape well. And then went in and added details with the line tool again. Some of the lines I drew by hand, but these were mostly for like the lines that would curve. Overall, the side view is not bad, although it does obviously I was using a line tool. The level of detail I go into is very low as well. I'm wondering, yeah, I don't really know how you would go into more detail. It seems a little bit intimidating. Guess you have to start with like the lighting of it. I need to go find some good references of people's sketches that I like. See what they do. Alright, up next I decided to do the front view of the car. This was a little odd because I had no good reference for the front of it, so I kind of had to make up what I thought would be the front of the car. This seems like good practice though anyway, so I just went through, made some basic shapes. Got the little mirrors. Next, I wanted to do a more perspective, like a forced perspective of the car. So I was trying to think of what angle I really wanted it to be in. I didn't like this first initial box that I made, so I kind of redid it a few times, slightly changing the angle that it was at, as well as just observing how well the lines like work together. Looking at this again, I think the close corner is a little bit off relative to the back corner. That's something I would pick up if I used like the vanishing point lines or something to test out like my boxes, or if I just use them to draw it in the first place. I'm still a little unsure of how much I should be relying on tools like that. I want to be able to just kind of draw boxes in perspective, like by eyeball or just, you know, by myself, and not have to rely on a tool. Yeah, the perspective of this looks slightly off. I can't shake that feeling. Although I think it is the close corner. It's something about, or maybe it's something about the back half of the vehicle. Yeah, the end looks like it might be a little too high. Maybe that needs to be lower. Yeah, this is pretty fun to do though. I'll probably be doing a few more of these. I want to see how good I can get at making vehicles. After that, I guess I will have to be learning some more basics of design, so I'll be able to design my own vehicles. I went over everything by hand. This is kind of like to remove that like tool assisted look to it, as well as just give me some good like straight line practice, because you'll notice for some of these I have to like do the line multiple times in order to get something I like, or at least as close enough. Especially these front lines. These front lines are really long and really straight, so trying to get them correct was very difficult. I also messed around a little bit with the wheel. Once again, like wheels are a tough one. Since I used a ellipse tool, at least like the foundation of the wheels is correct. But the hubs I still didn't use any sort of tool for, so I'm still a little bit lost when it comes to how to add detail to those. Overall, I didn't add a ton of detail to like the car body, so I thought that this was fine. But at this point, I was reaching the end of what I mostly wanted to do with the vehicle, so I just added a few more lines for some decoration. After this, I wanted to try something I had seen some other artists do, which was like highlighting with orange. I'm not too happy with how that turned out, but there's definitely a large difference with where I was trying to apply it and where they were. So I should do some sort of sketch that's like closer to what they actually typically draw. And then maybe I'll be able to understand it a little bit better and apply it to stuff like this. But yeah, overall, that's pretty much what I did. I wanted to do a quick one since the turnaround time for this video is a little bit faster than the last one. It wasn't a full week, but I want to move my schedule over here to Saturday. So there we go. I hope you enjoyed. And if you did, then I guess like and subscribe. Have a good one. Peace.